Been a long time since I played that one.
Yeah,
all right. What are we talking about today?
All right, welcome to Gab and Jam, episode 221. Today's episode is one that everybody can use, but we think DIY rock stars like ourselves use this one more. But 15 ways to say no.
Yes.
So this is a follow-up to our Make FOMO Turn into JOMO episode 195, where you have all these opportunities coming at you. You have to decide.
Well, and not only that, and you might not have a lot of opportunities coming at you. To be honest with you, it's like as a DIY rock star, you might not have a lot of opportunities coming at you, and I think then it becomes a lot harder to say no. Like, it's one thing if you got 10 job offers on the table,
yes,
and you only can take one job, to say no to 9.
Right.
You know, and take the one.
Right.
The hard part is that you don't have any jobs on the table and you get one job offer and to say no to the one.
Right.
That to me is the one that's more difficult, you know, because you might look at it and say, this could be my opportunity.
Right. That's true. So these 15 ways to say no, take in consideration these 3 things. You don't want to burn any bridges because, like you said, every opportunity, even if this one is not the one for you, maybe the next one that someone has that approaches you is the right one.
Right.
Second thing is you don't want to, you haven't had a chance to think about it. Sometimes people come at you with things and you haven't had a chance to think about it. And it's not that you know you want to do it or don't want to do it, but you need think time. And then the third thing is if you know you have a problem with saying no. Like, there's some people who say yes to everything, and then you look up and your schedule's full of things that you never were that interested in. You just couldn't say no.
Well, that goes back to the other point. So that's the thing is, like, if you have no jobs and somebody comes to you and says, "Hey, look, I want you to be a part of my couple band." Right. And you know, like, oh wow, you know, this can get money coming in, get this coming in. However, along with that means now you gotta take time to learn songs. You gotta take time to go to rehearsals, you gotta take time to do a lot of different things. And you know, if you're a person that's you already do have a day job. And now you stack this other stuff on top of it, when are you gonna get an opportunity to do your stuff? You know, to do your music, to do the marketing for your music, and all the things that are coming along with it. So that's when you have to kind of evaluate the opportunity and say, okay, I might need to say no to this thing, even though it may be, you know, something that I need, like money, you know, and to a certain degree exposure, you know, because you might meet other people out there, somebody else might see you. But you have to also think in terms of, if they see me doing covers, are they going to want me for doing originals? You know, as much as they might just want me for doing covers. Because that's what they see that I do.
And
you know?
More than likely, they're going to offer you something similar to what they already meet you doing. So more than likely.
Exactly. And that's the hard part, too, is that it's hard not to be desperate when no one's knocking on the door. And then somebody knocks on the door. You know, and so it's hard to greet that sense of, wow, you know, I should jump at this, right? You know, and I think about Lenny Kravitz's book, and, you know, and he had talked about that there was a certain point where Lenny Kravitz was known as Romeo Blue. He wasn't the Lenny Kravitz that we know today. And he had opportunities that came up for him to sign with a record label. And one was actually an opportunity to sign with Prince and Paisley Park. And he said no. And, you know, it was just something inside of him saying that, you know, he hadn't quite really found his voice yet. Just a couple of different things. And he knew that he didn't want someone else defining who he was. So he had to say no, you know, those first couple of times until he finally was able to find his voice and start cutting the demos for what became Let Love Rule.
Right.
That he finally ended up signing with Virgin, and also Virgin got it. You know,
right.
sort of like, I get it, you know, kind of like, you know, soul music meets the Beatles.
Right.
And it was like, okay, you know, it's like, as soon as he kind of got that vibe, that they get where I'm coming from,
Right.
understand that, then he felt like in his soul he had permission to say yes.
Yes.
Right.
So these are ways that you can politely say no and actually just protect your choices instead of, again, feeling cornered. These are ways to give yourself some think time.
Right.
And so I'm just going to go down them if you want to add something as we go. All right. So the first way you can say no without saying no is ask me later. And that's a tried and true one. Hey, you know, right now I'm in the middle of this, but ask me later.
Yeah, I might be in a different space.
Right. Let's see. Let me check my calendar. Again, sometimes we've already committed to things, so let me check my calendar gives you time to go back and decide if this is something that's worth your time or if you've already booked up
and your commitment to yourself and to whatever is your vision for yourself is also something that should be looked at as legitimate time on your calendar.
Yes, it should. All right, email me the details. So that's one of those where it gives you some time. And then if you decide you want to say yes, you still have the opportunity to take it. And then if you decide you want to say no, you can say, oh, you know, now that I've, you know, looked at the details, it conflicts with something I got going.
Right.
I'm honored, but I can't. That's a really nice way to say no, but say thank you.
Yeah.
I wish there were two of me. Oh, my goodness. I really want to, but, right? Number 6 is unfortunately now is not a good time, which kind of is similar to one of the others. Number 7 is I'm already booked, which again keeps that it keeps you in demand, but also tells them that you're not interested right now.
Right.
Number 8 is I won't be able to fit this in. Again, you do have to consider what you've already committed to, and even if you decide to take some of your commitments off the calendar, you need to decide if this is one that works for you. Number 9, I already have something planned, which is a similar way of saying the same thing, that I've already got things on the calendar. Number 10, it sounds lovely, but maybe next time, right? Number 11, I'm taking on something else right now, which is, again, my time is already accounted for.
Yeah.
Number 12 is thank you for thinking of me, but I can't. Number 13, let me think about it and get back to you. Just be honest that I need time to consider it. Number 14, I'm not sure I'm the best person for that. And that leads to number 15, which is if you know someone, this is a great time to give the person who is interested in you their card or their information so that they can contact them. And then that leaves you open again because you hope that type of reciprocal relationship happens with people in your group. So,
that's true.
So definitely not slamming the door on that person, but knowing that someone else will love that opportunity is a good way to keep that community bond flowing.
Yeah. And I know some people are like saying, hey, look, I'd like to just be in a position to get an opportunity. And again, it's like you have to make sure that the opportunity is right for you. You gotta, and this takes a lot. You have to have a certain amount of fortitude to believe in yourself.
Yes.
That something else that's got your name on it that's made for you will come down the line.
It's that abundance mindset versus the scarcity.
Right.
So the abundance is there are plenty of other opportunities. The right one for me will come along.
Yeah.
That this wasn't the one, but that I know that even if I say no to this, something else will come along.
Right. Or there's also the thing of, what you have is special. And so that means that every single opportunity is not going to fit it.
Yeah.
It can't be special if every single opportunity is made for it.
Yeah.
So you just got to find a thing that's kind of tailor fit, or that's tailor made for you to be a good fit for you. Yeah. And that's, again, but within that means that you may have to say no, and you may have to say no based on faith that something better is coming.
Oh, I love it. Oh my goodness. What do you guys think? What are your ways? And I'm sure everyone, even if it not is even directly related to music, what are your ways to give yourself time to consider an opportunity without jumping on the yes or the no? Right. We'd love to hear about it. More ways always help us all. Leave it in the comments below. Yeah. What else?
And Sugarfit, you can stream it everywhere, as we have said before.
Yes.
You can get a CD if you want a CD. You can get that through CD Baby. You can get that through Bandcamp. You can get that from us. However you want to get it.
And ringtones. We have Sugarfit ringtones. Click the link below. There are ringtones. You can have your phone ring with Sugarfit. Right. So make sure you click below. If you dig the vibe and you want to be a part of the tribe, be sure to
subscribe.
We're wishing you love, peace, and
chicken grease.